everyone, welcome to my channel, Bianca Scogan Beauty. Okay, it is part 2 of my eyeshadow palette declutter time. I'm sorry that I had to break this video up. It was not my intention, but I'm a talker and I can't help it. I didn't mean to talk about every single palette, but then I did. And okay, at least this video wasn't like my original 2 that was 3 hours. This one was only 2 hours. So anyways, here is the rest of the declutter. I'm going to stop talking so you can actually listen to me talk some more. All right, well, enjoy. Okay, here are my purple palettes. I would like to preface this one by saying that purple is my very favorite color to wear on my eyes. And so I may not be getting rid of very many of these. Oh, there's my cat. He just came out from under the bed. Hey, buddy. Purple. I have a lot of purple palettes. Purple's my favorite color to wear on the eyes. I feel like it sets off my green eyes really nicely. Let's go with the ones I'm definitely not getting rid of. This one was in my top 10 favorite palettes, and like if I could only keep 10 palettes, this would be it. This is the ABH Norvina Volume 5 palette. It is the perfect purple palette because it has purples and it has neutrals to mix with those purples. The only thing I would do is get rid of that one pressed glitter. So I guess it is not a perfect palette. I just said it was and it's not, but it's really beautiful. I love it. Then we have by Menagerie. Isn't this Menagerie? Yes, Menagerie Cosmetics. This is the Flight Club palette. I actually usually put this kind of with my Halloween palettes because it's a bat and it's purple, and so, but I put it with the purples. So it's either purples or Halloweens. Beautiful. It has those, you know, neutrals and purples. I love purple. I love it. Keeping it. Lethal Cosmetics. This one, it is, what is this one? Is it like, it doesn't have the name of it. Is it, I think it's like the wildflower. Yeah, it says like a wildflower. So I think it's a wildflower palette. It's kind of purple. It's kind of blue. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm keeping it. Again, do I get rid of a lot of indie brands? No, I don't. Okay, Ace Beauté, another indie brand. We have a purple palette. This one is like the darker, the deeper purples, which are really good for Halloween. Okay, keeping it. Then we have Melt Cosmetics, She's in Parties. This one is special because I didn't get it in a Melt mystery box. I purchased this one from Melt myself. It's also really crappy because this one broke and I had to press it back in, and so it looks crappy, but I love it. I actually probably could have put this one like in my mauves because it's kind of mauvey, but it's beautiful. Keeping it. This one from Melt, again, another Melt. I purchased this one also, not in a mystery box. It's the Air one, and it's really pretty. Purple, keeping it. Okay, then we have another one of the Kaleidos Cosmetics ones. These, what, 6 pans? So pretty, love it. Those shimmers are just something so special. Okay, then we have from Natasha Denona. This is the Lila palette, or Lila, I think it's Lila. And this one you'd think would be more purple. It's actually, it is purple, but it's not as purple as like the outside would indicate that it is. But, and I believe her formula has gotten better since she came out with this one. This one I did get for 50% off. It went on sale during Black Friday. It's, her formula has gotten better. It really has. This one's okay. I'm keeping it because this is Natasha Denona, but it's good. It's not great. Cool. Okay. Again, Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love these 14 pan palettes. It's purple. It's Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm keeping it. All right, this one, another Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one is the Norvina. This one I had a hard time putting in a category because it is kind of purple. It's kind of neons. I didn't know where to put this. This one is beautiful. I really like it. It has that dark outer corner, light inner corner. It's Anastasia Beverly Hills, which I love. I got it from TJ Maxx for like 10 bucks. It's a beautiful palette. Keeping it. I don't love all ColourPop, but I love this one. This one is the All Amethyst palette. It's really pretty. Dark outer corner, light inner corner, beautiful. Keeping it. Okay, now, I think in my last declutter, I kept this one. I think I might be ready to get rid of it now because I have a hard time with huge palettes. They don't call to me. And if I want a big Norvina palette that is purple, I have the one I just showed you, the Volume 5. This one is Volume 1. I got it from a BoxyCharm, and I don't think I've used it once. I haven't. So, you know what? And if I think I kept it because it has really bright like neons, but I have that blue one that I put in my summer one. So yes, you know what? Let's declutter that one. Woo, that just happened. It's interesting when I'm decluttering ones that I didn't clutter in the other one and keeping ones that I didn't keep in the other two. My brain, you know, different story, different day. This one is from Ofra. It is the Signature Galaxy palette. I love this one. I hate how hard it is to open. It is so hard to open. The reason I'm getting rid of this one is because it's so hard to open. Is that ridiculous? Sure, but also not ridiculous. It has cracked. This shadow I've had to repress like twice because I've broken it, because I've dropped it. I am a klutz, but I've dropped this palette because I had a hard time opening it. It pinched me. It just pinched me now. I love this. If it was easier to open, I would keep it, but I can't keep getting pinched by that palette. Okay, Urban Decay. This is my favorite Urban Decay Naked palette, but I don't really like the Naked palettes. They don't have enough pigmentation for me. I think this color story is absolutely perfect. We have purples, we have neutrals, and then we have a pop of mint green. So pretty. I love this. I don't have another color story just like this. I did, as you've seen, I have ones that are purples with neutrals, but none of them have that pop of green that I love to put in my inner corner. But I can't keep it. I can't just because it has a mint. I have mints in other colors, other palettes. So I don't like to grab into other palettes when I don't have to. Like, I like one palette to have everything I want, but you know what? I can't keep a palette when it isn't everything that I want. So we're gonna get rid of that one. This is from Wander Beauty. It's a Sweet Escape, and I thought I got it from Ipsy. I thought it was absolutely stunning when I got it, but I've used it and it's patchy and the glitter gets everywhere. So we will be decluttering that one. This one is from Nabla. It is a cutie palette. I thought this would be the perfect palette. I actually waited like an entire year to buy this. I was waiting for the 21 Days of Beauty sale, and I did. I waited and I purchased it, and it didn't live up to the hype. I think it's because this shimmer shade it doesn't have like a backing behind it. It's more of a topper shade, and I like my shimmer shades to have more pigment to them. So we're getting rid of that one. Tom Ford. You're gonna be like, Bianca, what the heck? You're getting rid of a Tom Ford? Yes, I am. I got it from the cosmetic company store for $10, and it just is too cool tone for me. So getting rid of it. Then Glamlight Kisses. I do like Glamlight, but this one doesn't have that signature that I like. It has the dark outer corner, but it doesn't have the light inner corner. So bye. Okay, so we had about 20 palettes. I can't remember exactly, but we're getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not too shabby. Here is the infamous green pile. The pile of green palettes. There's only 10 of them. Could there have been more? Yeah, that whale song one could have gone here. I'm gonna probably get rid of most of these. What? Anyways, just green. It's those yellow greens. I do like yellow green. It is a pretty color in real life. Do I like it on my eyes? No, I don't. Olive greens just don't work on my eyes. Okay, so let's show you the ones I'm gonna keep. Okay, this one by Rasha B Cosmetics, this Peridot one. Does it have those yellow greens? Yeah. So you're like, what the heck, Bianca, are you talking about? Okay, I got this one. I used it. These 3 special shades are so pretty that I am definitely keeping this one because it's so special. And also, this is a really pretty, like, bright green shade. This one is what I'm talking about. Those my eye colors that I'm not keeping, or that I don't usually like. But these special shades are so pretty, so I'm keeping this one. And it's just little. It's a little green palette. Plus, it's Peridot, which I actually looked up the pronunciation of that, and it can be either way. It's a French word, and so the French pronunciation is Peridot, but the English pronunciation is Peridot. Anyways, so it can go either way, but it is my birthstone, and I'm keeping it. Okay, cool. And then we have this one by Onsai. It's the Hella palette. This is such a funny palette. It's a beautiful palette, but why the heck did I buy this one? It is not my cup of tea. This, I think I bought it for this row, which is like, Bianca, what the heck were you doing? Okay, but anyways, I think it was that, like, it was going away. Like they kept saying like, we're getting rid of this palette. You can only get it now. If you don't get it now, it's going to be gone. And I kind of got swindled by that. But anyways, this palette is the perfect transition from Valentine's Day to St. Patrick's Day. Is that a weird thing to say? Sure. But it is a really fun palette for that, like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. So even though I was weird that I bought this, I think I bought it because I do follow Angelica Nyquist on YouTube, and I love Odin's Eye. So I had my reasons, but I do find a way to use it. Anyways, cool. I'm keeping it. This one from Juvia's Place. This one has, it's those blue greens, those mints. I do like a mint color story, so I am keeping that one. In my last 2 declutters that I did, I decluttered this one, and I have been regretting it. So I'm going to put this one on the chopping block. I feel like this is the exact color story that I should be decluttering because it is everything that I don't like on my eyes. But I keep hearing content creators talk about this palette, about how it is the perfect fall palette, and it is. It is a really good fall palette if you like those colors for your eyes. And you know what? I just stop. It's not like I'm going out and purchasing this. Actually, I didn't purchase this. I purchased a bunch of Ace Beauté palettes, and this one accidentally got shipped in my box, and I didn't order this one. So I got it for free by accident, and I was like, well, okay, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But it's not my color story. It really isn't. But I'm going to put it on my chopping block. Okay? Cool. I think I'm getting rid of the rest of them. So this one is by Melt Cosmetics. It's a 420 palette. It's too green for me. It is too green for me. And again, I got it in a Sif. Hi, baby. I got it in a Melt mystery box, and it's just not my cup of tea. And why? I gotta stop getting those Melt mystery boxes. I get so swindled by them because they're such a good value. They're like $25, and then they end up being like $200 value, and you're like, what? That's an amazing value. And it is, but they always have things that I never like in them. I usually end up decluttering it, so I don't end up getting the value because I end up decluttering everything. So then we have the Star Wars palette. I bought this because of the packaging. I bought this because it has cute packaging, and it does. Look at this packaging. The child's so darn cute. This palette has given me nothing but trouble. All 3 of these shades, I have had to repress into this palette multiple times because they fall out. And this one fell out so many times that I finally lost it. It finally gave up the ghost, and I just couldn't save it. And it's not even the color story that I like. It's gone. I gotta stop saving stuff that I don't like. These 2 Juvia's Place palettes. My sister gave me this one, and I don't like it. It's too green. And again, I talk about that Juvia's Place has these huge pans, which make ending up having huge colors, like these huge palettes that it's not me. Juvia's Place. This one is a small one, but it's not. I did purchase this one, and it was before I discovered that I didn't like this color story. It was when I was first starting this YouTube channel, and I was like, oh, those are pretty colors, and they are. Not on my eyes, though. Okay, cool. Then I got this one from With Love's Cosmetics, and I got it for St. Patrick's Day, and it's perfect for St. Patrick's Day. But I don't want a palette just for St. Patrick's Day. And I'm not a huge fan of pressed glitters, so bye. This one, I got this from a Ipsy. It is a Huda Beauty Khaki Haze palette. I guess I could have put this one in my neutrals, but I feel like it kind of is green on the outside. It really isn't that green on the inside, but these 9-pan Huda palettes are really not that great. They don't impress me, so why am I keeping them? All right, so that is what we had. 10 palettes, and I'm getting rid of, told you I'd be getting rid of the majority of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess it was almost close to half and half. Well, but one of them is on the chopping block, and it probably will go. But. Okay, here are my rainbow palettes. There's 13 of them. I don't need 13 rainbow palettes. They're all really, really pretty. And looking at them now, I don't know how many I'm gonna get rid of. Yikes! My husband purchased this one for me from TJ Maxx. It's from Glamlight. It's beautiful. I like it. It has dark outer corners, light inner corners. It's beautiful. It's rainbow. I'm keeping it. 2 Blend Bunny Cosmetics palettes. We have the original blends and rainbow. There you go. We have the primal one. This one was on sale recently, and my husband got it for me because it was like 20 bucks or something. And here we go. Beautiful, beautiful rainbow palette. And you'd be like, do you need both of those? Yeah, they actually do have different tones. This one's a little warmer. Yeah, okay, cool, 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 cool. So keeping both of those. Since I just kept 3 rainbow palettes that were like a perfect rainbow, do you need to keep more? No. Are you going to? Probably. Okay, hold on. We're definitely keeping this one. This one's from Cosmic Brushes. I'm keeping all of my Cosmic Brushes palettes. It just has such a beautiful formula. And I love them. I love them, and they're so pretty, and I'm keeping them. Okay, this is from Odin's Eye. It's a Solomane 2 palette. It's not even that rainbow, but I didn't know where else to put this one. Like, it isn't a true rainbow because it doesn't have, like, green or red, or, yeah, green or red. But it is where it came. This is where it landed. And I didn't know where else to put it. But I'm keeping, this is one of the newer Odin's Eye. So this is one of like the new formula of Odin's Eye that is like their good formula. So I'm keeping that. Okay, got this one for free from Influencer. It's Violet Voss Care Bears palette. It's really pretty. Really pretty. It has light inner corner, dark outer corner. I love it. I'm keeping it. Pat McGrath Labs. Rainbow palette. Of course I'm keeping Pat McGrath Labs. Durr. Okay. Another one that doesn't super belong here, but I didn't know where else to put it. This is from Glamlight. It is the Michaela palette. I think it's her number 2 palette, I think. Anyways, this one doesn't have any of the warm colors, the red, orange, and yellow, but it's a really pretty palette. I like it. Keeping it. I've only kept 2 Juvia's Place so far, but this is one that I purchased at the end of last year, and it is really pretty. It has, I feel like I could have put this one in like my summer palettes because like that is a perfect like blue lagoon kind of shade. I like this one and I'm keeping it. Okay. This one I got in a mystery box. It is from ColourPop. It is the Play It Jewel palette. I haven't actually used it yet. I don't have any like good feelings or bad feelings to it. Like it doesn't bring me joy, but it doesn't not bring me joy either. So I feel like it should go on the chopping block because I'm not like inclined to keep it, but I kind of am like, hey, you just got it. Why would you get rid of it? It reminds me of this one because I feel like if you think about it, here we go. This Juvia's Place one. We have, let's line them up. Nope, do they line up similarly? Yes, there it is. There it is. Okay. We have the matte, the neutrals, pop of color, or you know, rainbow. There it is. That's why they remind me of each other. And I don't need both of them. And they're both huge. They're both huge palettes. So let's get rid of this one, this Juvia's Place Masquerade palette, and keep this one. This is from MAC, Stranger Things. It isn't, again, some of them are actual rainbows. Some of them are just really colorful. I like this one, but I don't love this one. And man, sometimes Sif just jumps in the frame and sometimes, yeah, whatever. It doesn't bring me joy. We're getting rid of it. I feel like I can't keep all of my rainbow palettes. I just can't. And this one, the reason I'm thinking that I shouldn't be keeping this one is because it doesn't have a bright inner corner. And I would have to pull into another palette to get a bright inner corner. And if I want a rainbow palette, I have the Blend Bunny palettes. And the Blend Bunny palettes are the perfect rainbow palette. I don't need this one. So, okay. There we go. We decluttered 3. So not a ton, but it's something. Here is kind of another rainbow category, but this is my grungy rainbows. For sure, keeping this Glaminatrix You Beauty. This is in my top 3 palettes. I love this palette. It is so pretty. This is the most special shade I've ever experienced in my life. It is so pretty. I'm keeping it, and I love indie brands. I've already talked about it. Okay, then we have from Cosmic Brushes, the Serenity palette. I love Cosmic Brushes, such a great brand. And this is the first, it is a little bit green for me, but I still love it. I still love it. This is the first of their palettes that I got, and I fell in love with them, and so did the rest of the world. They're a really good brand, like it. Okay, then we have Pat McGrath Labs. This was my very first Pat McGrath palette, and it's my favorite of her palette. Like, yeah, I think it is my favorite of her palettes. I really like it. It's so glitzy and glamorous, and it's just, it has more shimmers than mattes, and I just really like it. It's so pretty. I'm keeping it. Then we have from Ace Beauté. This was my very first Ace Beauté palette. And this is the Paletopoly palette. It's a really fun palette. I feel like this one is better than all of the other palettes. I don't have any of the newer ones, but this one has a really good formula. So I feel like I probably could have put some of the ones that were in the rainbow one into this grungy rainbow, or because I said some of them, like, they didn't have reds, they didn't have greens. This one doesn't have reds or greens or yellow or oranges and whatever. I don't know. I'm tired. But I'm keeping it. This one is from Lethal Cosmetics. It's an indie brand. It is a grungy rainbow. I love it. I'm keeping it. Okay. Kaleidos. I think this is the last one of these little tiny palettes, and I'm keeping it. It has these special shimmery shades. It has some neutrals. I love it. It's beautiful. I'm keeping it. This one I got from Ice Cream Beauty. It is the Visage by Beauty Moon Cosmetics. It's a really pretty palette. It was actually very interesting because this one came shattered, and this one is a matte, and I feel like mattes usually don't shatter as much as shimmers do, but it's a pretty palette. It has light inner corner, dark outer corners. It has some duochromes. It's pretty. I'm keeping it. Persona Identity 2 palette. It's a pretty palette. I like it. It's actually the second Persona Identity 2 palette I've owned. The first one I dropped and I shattered. Like I think like 2 of the shades were not shattered. So I purchased another one. I purchased them both on BoxyCharm's website. So they were like $18 or something. So much cheaper. So I think even buying both of them, they are still less than I would have paid to just buy them on their website. If I like it that much to buy 2 of them, I like it enough to keep it. Hindash. This one I got this year in the, no, not this year, last year, but it was the very end of last year. I got it in the Beautylish Lucky bag, and I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I don't know. It's an all matte palette. It's okay. I'm going to put it in the chopping block because I don't really know. I don't know. It's a nice palette, but it doesn't inspire me. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these. This is the Nubian by Juvia's Place. I remember actually buying this palette for this shade because I thought it was so pretty. Juvia's Place. I'm not going to keep that palette. Okay, Wet n Wild. I got this at TJ Maxx. I thought it would be prettier than it is. It really isn't that pretty, so we're getting rid of it. Nomad. I think I got this from BoxyCharm or Ipsy, and it's pretty, but it doesn't have that, you know, inner corner that is the bright inner corner that I like. It has a red, which I like, but you know, I have quite a few Nomad palettes that I like better. So I said that I would be probably keeping most indie brands, but this one just doesn't inspire me like the other ones do, so we're gonna get rid of that. And plus I'm trying to be more cutthroat. It doesn't look like it, but I am actually. I am. Naked. I bought this one because it was on sale. It was half off. Bianca, why do you do that? This is the Urban Decay and Robin Eisenberg. This color story is so pretty. We have warm tones, cool tones. We have like a beautiful periwinkle. I wish that Urban Decay had a better formula, because if they did, if this was this color story but an indie brand, this would be staying in my collection 100%. But you know, most people probably love, like people who don't love to wear such bright colors as I do, this is probably a really great palette, which is why I'm going to give it to someone who will love this. I like when a color packs a punch, and this just doesn't. So we're going to give it to someone who can really appreciate it. So we are decluttering 4, and 1 is on the chopping block. Here's my glam palettes, or kind of like my shimmer heavy palettes. Some of them are all shimmer. Most of them are shimmer plus mattes, but they are very glam. That's how I'm categorizing it. Cool. Okay, let's go with the ones I'm keeping. These Danessa Myricks ones, you can pry these out of my cold dead fingers. These are my pride and joy. They were very expensive, but I will keep them for the rest of my life. They are multi-chrome madness of beautifulness. They go on so beautifully. I love them. I'm keeping them forever. Okay, then we have these 3 from Adept Cosmetics, and it's interesting because Adept Cosmetics is an indie brand, and I like but don't love them. It's definitely not my favorite indie brand. I will be keeping them, but I I have like, let's see, this is the Plain Jane. This is the, is this one the, yes, the Heather Austin, and this is the Amunet New palette. I actually bought the Amunet New palette, and then like a month later they discontinued it and just came out with the Amunet one, and I was like kind of annoyed about that. I felt like they should have like put it on a discount so that, you know, it wasn't new actually anymore. It was the Amunet old, even though it's spelled N-U, new. Anyways, whatever, I'm trying to be funny. I'm getting tired, so I'm a little slap happy. Anyways, I will be keeping them, but the shimmers are gorgeous, and they are really, really, really gorgeous when you first put them on, but then they crease over a couple of hours. So I do really love them, but, and I will be keeping them, but it's not my favorite indie brand. Let's just say that. Anyways, but I do really love them. Then we have from Flower Beauty, we have this Desert Lights and Jungle Lights. These perform like high-end brands. This is a drugstore brand, and they are actually kind of pricier on the, I think they're like $20-ish, and I think 2 more have recently come out. I will not be buying them because I am on a now buy, even though I have been purchasing some things, you know, with gift cards, but I don't have a gift card right now, so I won't be purchasing them, maybe in the future sometimes, because these 2 palettes are just so stunning. They work so beautifully. I will be keeping those. Then we have these 2 from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Of course I will be keeping these. Of course, it's Anastasia Beverly Hills. I got this one for my birthday from my husband. So pretty, so pretty. This one is the Rose Metals. So the Cosmos Rose Metals, they're both just beautiful. I love Anastasia Beverly Hills formulas. These 2 are from Cleona Cosmetics. I have a love-hatred relationship with Cleona Cosmetics. It is an absolutely stunning indie brand. It is an absolutely pricey indie brand. Okay, so these are 2 different palettes that I have purchased from Cleona. This is one, it's the Dragon Fruit palette that was pre-made that I purchased on their website. And if I were to repurchase another Cleona palette, it would be one like this. It is a pre-made one. This was $60-some. It is beautiful. It has shimmers. It has multi-chromes. It has duochromes. It is gorgeous. This one I created myself by buying individual shades and then putting it in this magnetic palette from Cleona, and this palette was this is my most expensive palette out of every single palette I own, and I'm including my Pat McGrath palette. I'm including my Danessa Myricks palette. This is a $125 palette. This is a $128 palette. This is my most expensive palette because, wait, I don't want to get rid of that one yet, because I purchased every one of these shades individually. Some of these shades are $20. If you take 20 times 16, that's $320. I didn't spend $320 on this because not all of these were $20. I think only 3 of them were 20. I think 3 of them were 18. And I got a mystery pack. I think I got 2 mystery packs. So this was close to $200. I will never, ever, ever do that again. This palette is one of the main reasons that I am on this no buy, because I willy-nilly was like, oh, I want, you know, everybody else has these Cleona beautiful, huge palettes. I want one. Yeah, they get them in PR. I did not. I spent way too much money, and it caused a ripple effect of a no buy year, which has been a really good thing for me. I've learned a lot through this year, but I will never do this again. Just know, if you want to put your money into Cleona, it is a beautiful brand. It is a pricey brand. Okay, anyways, let's move on. We have from It's Belle Cosmetics. I love this brand. I love this brand. This is the Flare collection. It's a palette. The Flare, it says collection, but I just called it the Flare palette and Break the Rules palette. These are all shimmer palettes, and they perform like these Danessa Myricks. So these Danessa Myricks shades are like one swipe shades. They perform beautifully with just one swipe. So do these. This is a mainstream brand. I guess they're both technically indie brands, but you can get this one at Sephora. Not this actual palette, because I don't know if they're still selling it, but I got this from Sephora at the time. Anyways, This is an indie brand that you can only purchase at It's Belle Cosmetics. These ones are a lot less than this one. So anyways, I love It's Belle. The quality is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. It's the quality is there. These are beautiful palettes. I love these palettes. Okay, Sugar Drizzle. I feel like the quality is very similar to that It's Belle, but I did have a little problem with this one. This one, the shimmer came out, and I think I tried to repress it, and it still fell out anyways. So It's Belle's a little bit better, but this one, I feel like they have that one swatch swipe awesomeness, just like It's Belle has. So Sugar Drizzle is another brand that I do like as well. So I'm keeping. Okay, another all shimmer palette. This one's from Gourmand Girls. This is the Ethereal palette. Beautiful. This is like an all dual chrome, multi-chrome palette. So pretty. Keeping that one. Okay, now, am I getting rid of any of these? Yes, I am. I just was doing the ones I was keeping so far. Pat McGrath. This one is the Utopian Dream palette. Okay, the Pat McGrath ones, I have put them in different categories, but they all could have come into this, you know, glam one, because they're all very glam. They all have these special shades. This one, though, I felt like didn't really fit in any of the other categories, and these special shades are very, very, very shiny. This is actually my least favorite of all of the Mothership palettes, because these special shades get everywhere. They're very glittery. They're very special and very pretty, but I can't get them to stay. I can't get them to stay in my eye. They transfer like crazy and get everywhere. But they are very pretty. I just wish I could get them to not get everywhere. Okay. This is my favorite Urban Decay palette. I wish that Urban Decay would make more palettes like this. This is a Stone Vibed palette. It is absolute perfection. We have 4 mattes. We have a beautiful amount of shimmers. We have outer corner, transition. We have another transition. We have another transition. This is perfect. This is everything that I could hope for from Urban Decay, and I wish they would create more like this. I will never get rid of this palette. I do like glam palettes, so it's not surprising that I'm not getting rid of very many. Okay, this is the Nabla Dreamy 2 palette. I got this one from the 21 Days of Beauty sale, the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. I remember having mixed feelings about this one and not really appreciating it at the very beginning, and now I love it. I've used it, and I feel like this is a really beautiful, like, I should have put this with my winter palettes, because I feel like it has that, like, glam, you know, like New Year's Eve glam to it, but it also went in my glam because it is glam. It's beautiful. I'm keeping it. This is the What's Up Beauty Monsoon. I talked about the other What's Up Beauty. I love this brand. I think it's a beautiful brand. They only have 2 palettes, and I'm keeping both of them. They're so pretty. We have from Rare Beauty. Rare Beauty has such good face products. Their blushes, amazing. Bronzer, amazing. Highlighter, amazing. I'm not a huge fan of the foundation, but anyways, their eyeshadow palettes are not as great. Not as great. These ones, in my opinion, are better than the newer ones, the ones that have like the moon, the phasing of the moon ones, but still, these are not that great. They're all shimmer. There's a time and a place for an all shimmer palette, and you saw I have some of them, but the shimmers need to be extraordinary. They need to be something super special, and these shimmers are not. These are not that great of a shimmer for it to be an all shimmer palette. These should have had some mattes. So I would like to keep a Rare Beauty palette, because I feel like I like to do a full face of a brand every once in a while. I actually already did a full face of Rare Beauty on my channel, like a long time ago, but I don't need to keep both of them. And I'm going to keep this one and not that one. And that's all there is to it. So, bam. Yep, cool. Then we have these 2 palettes. Okay. This is the Sahara Nights. I got this in an Ipsy or a BoxyCharm. It's all topper shades, and it's a pretty palette for what it is, but I don't need a palette just with topper shades. I don't like when shades don't have that pigment behind them. It is pretty, but I have palettes that are a lot like this, and I feel like somebody else could get use out of this one that I'm not getting use out of it. So I don't need to keep a million palettes. Although I already am keeping a million, but that's fine. This is from BH Cosmetics. I was talking about how I do really like BH Cosmetics. It does have a good eyeshadow formula, but I don't know why I bought this one. Actually, I do. It's because it's Venom. It says Venom, and at the time, my son liked Venom from Spider-Man and Venom, but this is actually not that Venom. It's just like a snake Venom. So I thought he would think it was cool, but it's not, because it's not actually snake. It's not Venom from Spider-Man. It's snake Venom, and it's too cool tone. It's like the definition of cool tone, and it still has its packaging on it, so I can get this into somebody's hands that will really want it. I only declutter 3. Yes, and there was like 24. So didn't do great on that one. I only have 1 category left. Then I'll show you all that I'm decluttering. This is my collection of small palettes. Yes, there was a couple of small palettes in the other ones. It happens. There are 52 palettes here. Okay, I just took a little break and I counted up my videos and like how long it was, and this has been 2 hours. That was not, I wanted this to be an hour. So I'm gonna go really quickly. I know I said I was going to do that before and I didn't, but now I really am. ColourPop. This one's broken. It came to be broken. ColourPop, getting rid of. ColourPop, getting rid of. I haven't even opened that, so I can give that to someone. This one will probably go in the trash because it's broken, or maybe a friend will want it. I don't know, but I'm definitely not selling that one. Okay, Pat McGrath Labs. This one is beautiful. This one is so perfect for my green eyes, and it's dark outer corner, light inner corner. I love that one. Perfect for travel too. It's so great. Vizier, Nabla, M Cosmetics, Charlotte Tilbury, Aether Beauty, where I had a hard time with the other Aether Beauty ones. This one is just not, it doesn't have that light inner corner that I like. We're out. Charlotte Tilbury, I love this one. Every time I wear this one, I just feel like $1 million. I wore this one for my family pictures this year. So pretty. Keeping that one. M Cosmetics. It is the only M Cosmetics palette that I own. It is the Divine Skies. It is really pretty. It is kind of light, but it is pretty. I like it. Keeping it. Nabla. I've actually had a hard time with this one because it's all pressed glitters. But you know what? It's a really pretty pressed glitters. And it's my only like all pressed glitters palette, so we're keeping it. Viziart. Okay, it's my only Viziart palette. I do like how small it is, but I don't even remember where I got this one. I was keeping it to like keep it in my purse because I was like, oh, it's such a small palette. I don't ever put makeup on from my purse. I feel like when I used to be working at work more than I do nowadays, I used to have like a purse makeup bag, but I just don't anymore. And chopping block. Nah. Okay, Rowan. These 4 Rowans. Rowan, I love Rowan eyeshadow so much. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay. Rowan, though, has changed. Like, I think that the person who used to be at the top of Rowan left. And so there were these little 4 quads. The old formula is better than the new formula. Like, when the person who used to, like, I don't know all of the politics of it, but these 2 old ones, this 1111 one and then this warm 75 warm one, are way better than these 2 newer ones. But I still love them and they're still staying with me. So this is the Mood Forever and this is the Eyes on Me. Keeping them. They're so pretty. I love them. Then I got this Lila B one. I got it from TJ Maxx because Lila B was going out of business and so they were there. It is... I bought it kind of because of the packaging and it was $10. It is this beautiful weighted, like almost like skipping stone. It's not a very pretty, like it's too green for me and it is really faint. So I know why I got it. Bianca, stop buying things because they're on sale. Getting rid of it. Kaleidos. These 2 are really pretty. Have I kept a black/cool tone eyeshadow palette this whole time? No, I haven't. Because I don't really have them because I don't really wear that very often. So I have 1 and this is it. And that's all I need. I have 1, like if I want to do a smoky eye look, here it is. And that's all I need. And then I have the brown one. Perfect. Beautiful. Keeping. Okay. This is from Uma. Oh, I do? Okay. I said I only had 1 Uma palette and I got rid of it. No, I have this one. This is the Coming to America one. This one's really pretty. I like it. It only has 3 mattes, but it's really pretty. Keeping it. Okay. I have these 2 Tarte ones. They are the finger foil paint ones or something. I really love these. These are really pretty. There used to be 3 of them, and I wish I had all 3 of them. We do have 2 pressed glitters, which I talk about I hate, but I love like emollient kind of creamy shades so much. That's why I love these Rowan ones so much, not this 1111 one. It's because of these emollient creamy shades. They're so pretty, and I love them. I love them so much. So, and it's part of the reason I love that Myrick's one because of this emollient creamy dual chrome shades. They're so pretty. I love them. Okay, this one, Delancey, I got this one from, I think it was Ice Cream Beauty, and I really like it. It's a really pretty little multi-chrome eyeshadow. There's only 4 of them. It's pretty. I like it. Let's keep going. We're flying through this. Okay, we have Natasha Denona. Let's do all of Natasha Denona at once here. Some of them I feel like kind of have very similar color stories, so we do not need to keep all of these. These are the mini palettes. I don't even know what these are called, but I got every single one of these in BoxyCharm. I purchased every single one of these from, I believe, from Sephora. Some of them most of them I got for half off because these ones will go half off every once in a while. So I don't need to keep every single one of them. Okay, we have the Tropic. This is the very first one I ever got. It is the Lila palette. I want to keep this one and put it in a memory box situation. Like I have 2 palettes that are already like that. Like I didn't bring them into this declutter because they're in my memory box. So this one was in my very first YouTube video. So I do want to keep this one, but I feel like the quality wasn't very good. And so I don't think I want to keep it in my collection right now, but I want to keep it for like a memory box. So we are decluttering it, but we're keeping it in a memory box. Does that make sense? So declutter. Okay, now let's go through this and see which ones are, this is obviously not very similar to the rest of them, but which ones of these do I need to declutter? Cool. I have already done this twice, and I hope I can remember which one, what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. Getting rid of this one. This one is just such a random color story. It is the Jubilee. It's so random. We're getting rid of it. Okay, cool. Then this one. This is too cool toned. I don't really like it that much. It is the Ayana too cool tone. Getting rid of it. I do really like these 2. So for now, those 2 are staying. This one, I think that I can probably get rid of. It is the Cupid. It's just kind of boring. So I think it is very similar to one of these from my remembrance when I did this declutter last time. It was this one. Yes. Yeah, this one. It's really close to this one. And that is the Mini Biba. And I'm keeping the Mini Biba. So let's get rid of that one too. Okay. Am I getting rid of Natasha Denona? Yes. Shocking. I did want to get rid of the star one. I got this one because I was thinking it would be like a content creator was talking about how perfect it was because it would have, you know, you can make like 3 different looks with this, which with a 5-pan palette is kind of hard to do because you have, you know, outer corner, transition, and then you have like 3 different ones that can go on the lid, but I didn't really like it. I thought it would work out well, but it didn't. I didn't like it. I didn't like how it looked. So, chopping block. Okay. I am keeping the Biba. I'm keeping the Zendo. I am keeping the Love. I just recently purchased this one. It is the Nude, and I got it with a gift card, and so I'm going to be keeping that one because I just got it. It is kind of similar to the Biba. I feel like this one and this one are pretty similar. This is the Mini Sunset, and this is the Cranberry. So we will be keeping the Cranberry and getting rid of the Mini Sunset. Great. I think that's good. We're getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm contemplating getting rid of this one. So these 2 are my chopping blocks. Cool. Cool. Okay, so keeping these. Cool. Okay, now. All right, so now we have all of these e.l.f. ones. I like mini palettes, small palettes, because I like that it has like a whole color story. You don't have to really think outside of the box. You just are like, bam, I guess I'm doing a mint look. Bam, I guess I'm doing a mauve look. I guess I'm doing a blue look. You know, it's nice to just like, you don't have to think. You pick up the palette and you go, that's what I'm doing. But when I'm doing my makeup, I always remember about my big palettes and I go, okay, I guess I'm doing my makeup and I'm using a big palette. These little palettes get lost in the shuffle and I forget about them. And so it's hard for me to want to keep a lot of them because I forget about them and then they don't get used and then I feel guilty. So I do want to kind of get rid of more mini palettes than keep, because even though they are nice to have, I don't use them as often. So I do like this mint one, and I am only keeping, there was a Juvia's Place mint one, so I'm only keeping one other mint one, and that one had more blue, and this one is kind of like gray mint, so I want to keep that one. As for these, all of the tags are still on them, so I don't think I am going to keep them. I have a tendency, I have been contemplating keeping this one just because right now it is September and it is called pumpkin pie. And part of me goes, hey, you should keep it because it's pumpkin pie and it says pumpkin and you should keep it. But Bianca, this is it's all brown. It's not even orange like a pumpkin, and it doesn't have that inner corner that I like. So no, we're getting rid of all of them, and I can give these to a better home. They're all still packaged. I haven't even swatched them, so yay. Okay, now keeping going. These are all Odin's Eye. We're keeping Odin's Eye. We have Odin's Eye, Odin's Eye, Odin's Eye. I love Odin's Eye. We're keeping it. These are from Pat McGrath. These are her like quints. They are so pretty. They are so pretty. She just came out with new for her holiday collection. I won't be getting them because I'm on a no-buy, but they are so pretty. This one from Marc Jacobs. This is a really pretty palette, but I have used it like 1 or 2 times and I never remember to use it. It has like my outer corner, my inner corner that I talk about, but I just never remember to use it. So I think I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, more Pat McGrath. Are we keeping Pat McGrath? Of course we're keeping Pat McGrath. How do we open this? Okay, Pat McGrath. That is the, I don't know what they're all called, but we're keeping them, so it doesn't matter. Ow, that one just pinched me. We're keeping these, keeping them, keeping them, keeping them, keeping them. Okay, then, last ones, ColourPop. We are getting rid of all 3 of these ColourPop ones. I got these because I remember thinking, oh my gosh, they're the neon palette. People throwing so much shade to these neon palettes because it was like, wait, how are these neon palettes when there's one neon shade? There's also a pink one that I never got. But if you look, like, there is no pigment. Look at that. No pigment. Nothing comes out. This one's a little bit better, that it does actually have more pigment to it. But it's just, I have better neons in other palettes. I don't need to keep those. So then I bought this one. It's just a glitch palette. I bought this one because I was like, that would make a good like Little Mermaid color. But you know what? I have better mermaid palettes than this one. So, okay, Lethal. I have this tiny little one. I think I got it in a mystery box. I forget about this one. It's pretty. It's a nice color story, but I forget about it. So let's get rid of it. I don't need to keep it. Okay, cool. These are the ones that I am getting rid of. Okay, cool. Okay, so now let's go through my chopping block. See if I can get rid of any more of the ones that are on my chopping block. And then all we have to do is declutter. Oh, look, something spilled. Great. Was gonna wash this blanket anyways. These are the ones that are on my chopping block. Okay, so I have 8 here. Let's keep half and get rid of half. Let's do that. Okay, so I got rid of my other MAC palette, and this is a MAC palette that I didn't like. I only had 2, and I would like to keep 1, so let's keep this MAC one. Okay, I did keep one Aether palette. It was the Moonlight one, the one that was more like mermaidy, and let's see. Do I want to keep either of those? The problem is, would I regret it if I didn't keep them? Would I regret it? That's where I'm at. I don't want to be digging through my declutter bins and undecluttering things. That's the problem. So I think that I can declutter this Viseart one. I'm not inclined to use it. So keep decluttering that, keeping this MAC. I wanted to get rid of 4. So let's think of this. Which 4 do we want to get rid of? Let's keep this one because it's fall time. Let's see if I'll use it. Let's keep one of these Natasha Denona ones. Which one? I think I'll keep this one. I'll give this one another whirl. We'll get rid of that one. Okay, so that leaves one. I can keep one of these palettes. 1. I have to get rid of the other 2. I kind of like this one. It reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. Well, hello, Hades. This reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, and I never had that one. So we'll keep this one. And this one reminds me of the retro palette, and I have the retro palette. And this one, it's an all matte palette. I don't need an all matte palette. Okay, getting rid of 4 more palettes. Here are all of the palettes that I am decluttering. And out of all 3 of these videos, I think I am decluttering the most in this video. So I think I had the most palettes. This is 92 palettes. I am decluttering 92. I never told you a total count of the amount of palettes I had. That's because I had to find out. I had to count them all up, and it's according to my phone, I had 284 palettes. So 284, and I am decluttering 92. So I'm decluttering like a third. I think that that's pretty darn good. I think that I'm still, okay, let's do this. Okay, so 284 minus 92. So that means I'm still keeping 192. Oh my gosh. That's still so many palettes, but I'm still getting rid of 92. So I am 92 palettes lighter in my life. Okay, yay. So I am done with this video. I am not going to shoot another one. I promise you. This will be it. Third time is a charm, or else I will quit YouTube. Anyways, here it is. I hope you liked this video. If you did, like this video. If you want to see more videos from me, consider subscribing to my channel. I'm sure I'm going to get more people watching this video. And so I would love to have you guys subscribe to my channel. That would mean the world to me. I would love to have you. I swear we have fun here. I do talk a lot. It is part of my charm. So subscribe to my channel if you like to hear someone that talks, because I do. Push the bell if you want to be notified of my videos. Most importantly, be nice to yourself, because you are amazing. Have a great day. Bye.